Chapter 80, Subjective and Objective. The scene of Gu Hai's knife on Long Wanqing's neck stunned countless cultivators in all directions. What's going on? How did Gu Hai also hijack the first-grade Hallmaster? Didn't Gu Hai come to save Hallmaster Yipin? What is this going to be? The cultivators who crawled out of the ruins were unable to comprehend this scene. Li Haoran's face was grim, and the crowd of Divine Mechanism camp disciples also revealed bewilderment. Who would have thought that Gu Hai would hijack Long Wanqing? Gu Hai, Li Haoran said morosely. Back off, Camp Master Li, Gu Hai said in a cold voice. Li Haoran, however, stood still and coldly looked at Gu Hai. Gu Hai, are you crazy? Long Wanqing shouted angrily. What was wrong with herself? Having just been hijacked by Ding Rui, she was hijacked by Gu Hai again. Do you guys still have me, the Hallmaster, in your eyes? Hallmaster, I'm offended, Gu Hai said in a deep voice. HMPH, Gu Hai, you have big guts. Don't think that I will indulge you if you saved me just now. If you don't let go of me, the credit of saving me earlier will be gone. And you will be guilty of committing a crime from below, Long Wanqing angrily said. Hallmaster, you are wrong, Gu Hai said in a deep voice. I didn't save you in order to get credit. Even now, I don't know much about the One Piece Hall, so why did I go to save you regardless of life and death? To make a merit? No, I'm just repaying a favor. After getting the news that you were imprisoned, I killed my way from the King sect all the way to the Songjia sect, and then from the Songjia sect to the Dinglong sect. It was just for the favor of you, helping me achieve innate in the past. To save you, I don't need credit, nor do I need to establish merit. I just had to deliver you into the hands of Master Liu Nian. I will also be considered to have finished repaying my favor. Now, for the proclivity, please be patient and wait for a moment, Hallmaster, Gu Hai said in a deep voice. Gu Hai's explanation caused Long Wanqing to cry and laugh. Repaying favors, all right. I admit that you're done repaying favors, that's fine. You let go of me now. Long Wanqing laughed bitterly. No, Hallmaster. It's not that I'm unwilling to let go of you, it's just that you're already in a state of delirium. If I let go of you, you'll immediately fall into a dead end again, and then everything will be lost, Gu Hai said in a deep voice. Confused thoughts. What are you saying? Long Wanqing said indignantly. Isn't it? Just now, Ding Rui, but she personally said that Li Haoran is the murderer of your mother, whether it's true or not. Shouldn't you be on guard against Li Haoran a bit? You didn't, to his words. You listened to everything. Where did you put your mother's death? Gu Hai said in a deep voice. It's all been said. It's not Li Haoran, Long Wanqing said angrily. How can you guarantee that? Gu Hai said in a deep voice. Is this going to be guaranteed? He was sent by my grandfather to protect me. He saved my life in the past. It's impossible for him to harm me. It's Ding Rui who's crazy, Long Wanqing said angrily. But he killed Ding Rui to silence her. Aren't you surprised? Gu Hai said coldly. He was out of hand, Long Wanqing said in a depressed manner. It's all because you thought, Gu Hai said coldly. Gu Hai, what do you mean? Long Wanqing drank. I've always told my sons that when looking at a matter, you can't be all subjective. You have to look at it from an objective point of view. Now that you're all subjective, how can you avenge your mother's death? Not only will you not be able to avenge her, you will also put yourself in deep danger, Gu Hai said in a deep voice. Why do you have the same tone as Grandpa? HMPH, Gu Hai, I'm not your son or daughter. I don't need you to teach me, Long Wanqing said in a depressed voice. Then let me ask you, do you know your mother's murderer? Gu Hai said in a deep voice. So what if I don't know? I don't know. I don't know why I bit the bullet that Li Haoran is not the murderer, just because he saved you, or because you adore him, Gu Hai coldly said. Long Wanqing was extremely angry. Before the truth surfaces, everyone could be a murderer, Gu Hai said in a deep voice. I don't want you to be in charge of my affairs. Let go of me. Long Wanqing drank. I'm sorry, Hall Master. I could care less about your affairs. But I just need you to wait for a few more moments. Once Master Liu Nian arrives, I'll let you go free. Be patient. It's only for a little while. It'll be fine, Gu Hai said in a deep voice. You, Gu Hai. I will definitely make you look good, you crazy person, Long Wanqing said angrily. It's not that I'm crazy, but I don't trust Li Haoran. I'll make amends to you when Master Liu Nian comes, Gu Hai said in a deep voice. HMPH, Long Wanqing let out an angry grunt and a burst of helplessness. Gu Hai buckled Long Wanqing and coldly looked at Li Haoran across the room. Camp Master Li. If you are truly here to protect the Hall Master, please step back and wait for Master Liu Nian to come. Li Haoran did not back off, but looked coldly at Gu Hai, a cold smile appearing at the corner of his mouth. Gu Hai. Gu Hai. I've hated that name since I first heard of you from the innate remnant realm. Now I realize that you, in person, are even more annoying than your name. Li Haoran didn't step back. Instead, he took a step forward. Back off, Gu Hai glared angrily. Li Haoran revealed a cold smile and said, Do you dare to hurt Long Wanqing? Do you dare? Li Haoran took another step. Gu Hai's face sank and his figure leapt. Boom. Holding Long Wanqing hostage, he jumped from one peak to another as if he was afraid. In the distance, countless cultivators revealed a bewildered look. This scene, why was it so bizarre? Seeing Gu Hai retreating, Li Haoran was even more aggressive in general. A step once again crossed over. You don't dare, right? You don't dare to hurt Long Wanqing, right? You said you are repaying favors. If you hurt Long Wanqing, you are repaying favors with vengeance. Is this you repaying favors? Li Haoran flew in and said coldly. Boom. Gu Hai retreated once again and jumped onto another mountain peak. Let go of Long Wanqing, otherwise, I'll be impolite. Li Haoran flew in once again, his tone icy cold. Boom. Gu Hai steeply retreated to a valley place. You have nowhere to retreat to. Let go of Long Wanqing, otherwise, with this finger of mine, I'll let you sleep in this valley with the world, Li Haoran said in a cold voice. As he spoke, he probed out a finger, and a finger dipper was aimed straight in the direction of Gu Hai, as if Li Haoran would instantly pierce through Gu Hai's head with a single thought. Gu Hai, let go of me. You are not Li Haoran's opponent, Long Wanqing anxiously said. Hall Master, have you noticed? Li Haoran simply refuses to take a step back for you, Gu Hai sneered. Gu Hai, you have no way back, since you seek death. It's not my fault, Li Haoran said in a cold voice. Retreat. You think I'm retreating? Gu Hai said in a cold voice. Buzz. Steeply, a rolling fog emerged out of thin air behind Li Haoran. It enveloped several mountain peaks in an instant. What? Long Wanqing revealed a hint of surprise. However, she saw that in the fog behind Li Haoran, a square heavenly painted halberd steeply chopped at her. Powerful and powerful. With a loud roar, the square sky painting halberd seemed to carry monstrous might and chopped straight down. Be careful, Long Wanqing exclaimed. Li Haoran's face also changed, not expecting a sneak attack from behind. Flipping his hand, the finger dipper disappeared, and a golden longsword suddenly appeared, and a sword slammed into the sky. Boom! The golden sword violently collided with the square sky painting halberd, and under the loud sound, the valley steeply and violently shook. Countless debris rushed into the sky in all directions. Gu Hai took this opportunity to quickly jump towards the edge. 28 heaven and earth vertical formation. That's not right. Didn't Gu Hai hijack Long Wanqing, who presided over the grand formation? How could there be a 28 heaven and earth vertical and horizontal grand formation? Countless cultivators revealed a look of surprise. In the midst of the stalemate between the square heavenly painted halberd and the golden longsword, the two ferocious auras were colliding ferociously, swirling up a stormy wind. But it was in the middle of the fog. Hundreds of Guhai subordinates, a group of villains led by Shangwan Scar, protected Guqin in the center. Guqin pressed a chessboard piled with spirit stones in his hands, his face showing a grimace. The group of villains took turns channeling true chi into Guqin's body. "Father, my child is not late." Guqin laughed out loud. Guhai jumped far away with Long Wanqing and headed towards the direction of the Grand Formation. "Came just in time, faster than I thought." Guhai laughed out loud. "Thanks to a flying boat." Guqin laughed out loud. "HMPH, you still have time to talk nonsense when you're dying." Li Haran let out a cold snort. The golden longsword in his hand steeply blossomed with dazzling golden light, and its power steeply skyrocketed. Boom! The enormous power seemed as if it was going to slam the square sky painting halberd back. "Not good, father." Guqin's face changed in alarm. "Falling sun heavenly yuan." Guhai drank. Snap! Guqin landed a sun in the Grand Formation. "I am Xiongyu. I am invincible." Roar! A giant general steeply coalesced in the Grand Formation. The giant held the square heavenly painted halberd and blasted down with full force. Boom! The huge impact pressed down on the valley under Li Haran's feet, and the golden longsword was blocked. 28 heaven and earth vertical and horizontal formation. Li Haran's face showed icy coldness. The power of gold, break. Li Haran suddenly and steeply burst out 10,000 feet of golden light, as if it was a sun, instantly illuminating the entire sky in general. Boom! With a loud bang, the huge valley exploded open, the surrounding peaks shattered, and the powerful force that shattered the square heavenly painting halberd, along with the 28 heaven and earth vertical and horizontal formation, exploded open. Guqin, Shangwan Scar, and the crowd of villains were immediately sent flying by a powerful force. Hundreds of villains maneuvered the Grand Formation and were no match for Li Haran's indignant strike. The Great Formation shattered, and the crowd fell not far from the Guhai with a cry of pain. Li Haran's face was filled with anger as he glared at Guhai in the crowd. "Righteous father, my child's grasp of the Grand Formation is insufficient. I have disgraced my righteous father," Guqin said bitterly. 28 heaven and earth vertical and horizontal Grand Formation. Nothing more than that. Li Haran revealed a wave of disdain and said. Guhai's face was gloomy. He touched the small space of the token between his probing hands, wanting to take out Li King's snake hair head. But he just didn't know if the snake hair head could deal with Li Haran. "Is it nothing more than that?" "That's because you haven't seen the true 28th heaven and earth vertical and horizontal grand formation." Steeply a voice once again came from behind Li Haran. "Ninth Prince." Guhai raised his eyebrows, revealing a hint of surprise. "Beware, Battalion Master." A group of Divine Mechanism Battalion disciples in the distance shouted in alarm. But it was behind Li Haran. Once again out of thin air more countless clouds. Among the clouds, steeply emerged a cloud, like Peacock Plume. Peacock Plume brushed a come, the void for which rolled up to storms. Sharp sound came. Everyone was palpitating in the heart. Under the Peacock Plume, all roars break, chop. A cold and chilling sound sounded, accompanied by the Peacock Plume peering towards Li Haran.